Austin, so transition from college basketball to playing professionally in Europe can be quite a change, right? So what adjustments
Hmm.
did you have to make in terms of playing style and competition level?
Yeah, it was a lot. Then added, my first year overseas was right in the middle of COVID, so it wasn't a smooth transition. But I feel like the biggest difference is like college. You really don't realize till you're gone. Like they take care of everything for you, pretty much. Like your schedule, to when you eat, just everything. So just being by yourself and having to do everything, you're grown now. You gotta take care of yourself, and you know, so I think that's the biggest thing.
And what impact did your dad playing overseas? What impact did that have on your career? Just like what kind of game did he give you? That's helped you in your career so far.
Really, I really learned from both my mom and my dad, because my mom played overseas as well. She played in the Olympics as well. But they really just like they didn't really push me towards basketball really. So like growing up, they just let the game come to me and let me fall in love with it myself. So like when I started falling in love with it, they were just like gave me pointers here and there, but they really let my coaches really coach me. They weren't really the parents that were always like, yeah, my son needs to do this and this, like don't listen to the coach or whatever. But as far as overseas wise, like they were just like, yeah, it's gonna be different. You grown now, like you got to take care of yourself. You learned a little bit in college how to, what I'm saying, how to take care of your body, how to train. So really, you just got to incorporate that yourself. But nobody's gonna be there to hold your hand, so you really just got to, grow up.
Your dad was
Mm.
also an offensive, like solid offensive rebounder, right? So you're
Yeah,
the same. So I'm wondering that impact on you too, because I remember a statement of him. He was saying, okay, grabbing rebounds is something physical, but also it has a mental aspect. So I'm wondering the
yeah.
impact on you.
Yeah, that's the one thing they always like when they did tell me about basketball. That's one thing, like it was no exceptions. You got to rebound the ball, especially if you're big, because you don't know the situation you're gonna be on in the team. Like I might not touch the ball every possession, like through a play, so I just gotta get it off the glass. So that's one thing they never like played about. So like they could ask me how my game went. Like if they didn't watch it, the first thing they're gonna ask is how many rebounds I had, rather than how many points I scored. You know what I'm saying? So that was one thing they always instilled in me. Like I gotta just go get it out the glass.
And what like
Yeah.
and your role? Let's just say, what was the
Hmm.
biggest change in regards to playing the big position? Going from college to the professional game.
Yeah. Excuse me. I think personally, I think like the biggest change. So in college, I was more like a post up big. You know what I'm saying? Get the ball in the post, half court offense. I always ran the floor and stuff. But I feel like more overseas, I'm more like screen and roll, like short range floaters. I'm encouraged to shoot the mid range sometimes if I'm open, like short rolls, being able to read the floor in the short roll passes. You know what I'm saying? Just stuff like that. And I feel like college is more like, half court traditional. At least my experience was. But I definitely say I evolved my game to more of a European style now, and it's still growing.
Yeah. I want to talk a bit about your role on the court
Mm-hmm.
right now. So your versatility as a defender allows you to guard multiple positions effectively. And
Mm-hmm.
what adjustments do you make when guarding different types of opponents, especially the smaller and faster ones?
I would say it's a big difference, like with small guards and bigger guards. Like bigger guards they're not going to be as fast as smaller guards, and they're going to try to use their body more, at least against me. Cause I'm pretty sure guards are taught like when they drive and they go against a big, to hit them right here so they can neutralize us. Like, so we'll either get a foul or we can't block the shot. So just to play off that, not, and also in the screen and roll with both types of guards, just like the coach always says, like, don't do the same thing every time. Like, you got to show them something different. So if I go out and we switch and I play him a certain way or I send him a certain side every time, he's gonna just play off that and he's gonna create, he's gonna cook, you know what I'm saying? Then we're gonna be in trouble. So I just gotta I don't know, I just gotta switch it up sometimes. And a lot of it is instinct as well. Like so if I know and it's film study as well. So if I know this guy likes to play with the ball a little bit, then he'll do a step back at this point of the clock. I'm just gonna play it, or I'm gonna play like I'm gonna let him drive. Then it really just instinct a lot of the times in a lot of films. So yeah, I've been playing against a lot of good guards this year, just all through Europe. So it's been different every game. So yeah.
And so as you come overseas, you've ascended pretty high to reach Turkey, which is
Yeah.
one of the top domestic leagues in Europe. Now rumors circulating your next destination is either Euro League or possibly some NBA opportunities. So, what do you think has helped you ascend so fast?
Just hard work, man. Just that's pretty much it, really. Like, just evolving as a player. Yeah, that's really. It sounds so simple, but that's really how I can answer it, bro. Like, um, playing for something bigger than me. Like, I got a son now. I want to, and just me as a kid, I want to play at the highest level of basketball. You know what I'm saying? As I get older, so it's just I don't know, bro. Just I work hard every day. I go in the gym with a purpose, and I'm just trying to be the best me. So that's really. It sounds simple, but that's the best way I can explain it, really.
So you really are having a great season this season, both in Basketball Champions League and also in the Turkish League. You just
Hmm.
selected the Basketball Champions League start lineup. Congratulations on that.
Thank you. Thank
So being a solid offensive rebounder, and you're the leader in both leagues too.
you. Hmm.
So how do you balance being a dominant force in especially rebounding with maintaining defensive consistency, especially in situations where you might be drawn away the basket?
It's just like I said, it's instinct and just motor. So like I always was taught, like I said, my parents taught me like I gotta get off the glass. Another thing my mom and dad always said was like I gotta run the floor like a deer. Because all right, if I'm not getting the play calls, I can either get the offensive rebound or on the defensive end, if we get a stop or I get the rebound, most likely a lot of bigs not gonna run the floor. So if I beat them down the floor, I'm gonna get the ball, dunk it, make a play pass. If they shoot, I get a rebound. I get better rebounding position. So it's just really being in shape and just having a motor and just having an instinct for the ball. So yeah, that's really it, really.
Yeah, I was having a conversation with a friend, and we were talking about I was saying, and I like to think I'm right, but I'm gonna let you tell me.
Yeah,
But I feel like blocking shot is a skill. Blocking
yeah,
shots is a skill. I feel like there's ability, but there's also timing. There's also a cerebral aspect to it. As far as
hmm,
like which hand they're gonna go up with and things like that.
yeah.
What are your thoughts in regards to the skill of blocking shots, and how do you think about it? From a defensive standpoint.
That's crazy. I never got asked that question before. Um, it's really just timing and just like ever since I played basketball, like I always been like a shot blocker because I always had long arms. You know what I'm saying? My whole life. You know. But it's really just timing, and I block shots with both hands, left and right, so that helps a lot too. So um, I don't know, it really just timing and just so say like I was talking about switching with a guard, right? So I know either like with film study, I know they're either gonna try to jump into me or they're gonna try to shoot a floater. I know I jump high enough to get the floater. It's just like I can't let them get too close to me or you know what I'm saying? It's really just instinct. It's hard kind of to explain, but it's definitely a skill that I improved as I continue to play.
Have you always blocked shots with both hands?
Yeah, I didn't even know it until like it's crazy. To middle school, my dad pointed it out. He's like, "Bro, you block shots with both hands," and I didn't even realize. I just went and got, I just went and got it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's crazy.
Wow, that's interesting because
Yeah.
I see a lot of bigs, and we talk about like, especially when you look at like bigs at different levels. So it could be college,
Hmm.
it could be like overseas, it could be low level overseas or whatever. And I always think about okay, will this translate if he moves up to a higher level? And I
Hmm.
think that sometimes I see bigs and they blocking shots below the rim, or like you said, they blocking shots
Hmm.
with because they got long arms, or maybe the opponents are smaller. But I think there's definitely an art to blocking shots and also like
Hmm.
changing shots, especially once you start to get to the higher levels of basketball, like
Yeah.
Turkey, and then obviously moving forward to
Hmm.
EuroLeague and other leagues as well. So
Yeah.
no, I think that's important. And what do you do in regards to? Are there times where you're going to block a shot and
Hmm.
it's better to change a shot than block a shot?
Sometimes I just don't even think, bro. I just go get it. like
Yeah.
some,
Okay.
sometimes even getting a goaltending, you know what I'm saying, is better than just putting it in their head like, all right, like he about to go get it, like, you know what I'm saying. But the hardest part about it is like a lot of bigs can attest to this. It's like you don't want to be the one big that's known for jumping at everything because then the team's just gonna target you and they're gonna be pump faking every time. Then you're gonna be in foul trouble, and it's just so. It's a lot of thinking behind it, but a lot of it's instinct as well. So
Okay.
yeah.
And my last question is like kind of along the same lines is like, so guard and pick and roll.
Hmm.
I think the big, obviously, you have to play that cat and mouse game in regards to like
Hmm.
stopping the ball, getting back to the roller, and things like that. Do you feel like that part of your game has improved, and how do you play that cat and mouse game?
Yeah.
With the guards and in between the roller, how do you play that in between space, that gray area?
Yeah, that part of my game really improved a lot because, like, you can ask a lot of bigs. That's the most frustrating thing ever. Like, you don't want to be the big that's like, all right, oh yeah, put him in pick and roll. He can't guard it. So yeah, so I will say last year in Lithuania, my coach helped me a lot because he was like, all right, because I always had long arms, so I was always like back farther than what I needed to be and just made up for it with my the length of my arms. But he was like, start screen level and back up as the ball comes to you, and that helped me a lot. It's simple, but it helped me a lot. So, and a lot of times it's my teammate, the guard, is being put in the screen. Like so I play with some guards that blow up every screen; they just go right through it, like they're unscreenable. So that makes it a lot easier for me. And some guards that always get caught. So it's really just whoever I'm in the screen and roll with, and I use my arms, and sometimes I can give up like a mid range shot from a specific guard, or I could just like bait him into throwing it to the big, and I know I could block his shot or whatever. So but that part of my game definitely has improved a lot.
Okay.
Hmm. And I want to talk a bit about the challenges of being a big because you're known as a solid screener on the court,
Hmm.
but on the stats, that aspect of the game is not quite visible for the bigs, right? So,
Hmm.
considering your position, do you think or do you feel that the effort you put in is well understood and recognized?
I think so because a lot of my like stats come from the small stuff like screening or like boxing out. So if I don't get a good screen, or I don't give a good screen, I'm not gonna get a lob, or at least it's harder for me to get that. Or if I don't box out, I don't get the rebound, or they get second chance points, or the other team out rebounds us, and that looks worse than me getting all the rebounds or us winning or losing or whatever. So, but yeah, just the little stuff helps the success of the team, and I'm more successful doing that as well. So I figured that part out.
Hmm.
Mm.
And during fast-paced sequences, your footwork also seems to give you an edge. So, how do you maintain your balance and control while moving quickly on the court, especially in transition situations?
Say again. I'm sorry. My AirPod went out,
How
and it's kind of.
Okay, okay. So during fast-paced sequences, your footwork seems to give you an advantage. So how do you
Hmm.
maintain your balance and control while moving quickly, swiftly on the court, especially in transition situations, I said. Yeah.
I think that just comes like in the off season, just working on different stuff like that, and throughout the season, like we have a great strength coach here, and we work on balance and strengthening and all that stuff. So that definitely helps me out in the court a lot.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And my last question is, so looking to the future of basketball, what do you see
Mm-hmm.
are the biggest challenges considering your position for bigs? Because, the lineups are smaller lineups right now. So considering
Mm-hmm.
that, what as the games continues evolving, so what are the biggest
Mm-hmm.
challenges for the bigs in the future?
I don't know. I think everybody's game is evolving. In my opinion, like I don't think anybody's gonna be left out as long as like somebody's willing to improve the stuff they weren't good at or wherever the game is going. I feel like nobody's really gonna get left out. Like me personally, like some people be like, I don't shoot threes, but I definitely could add that part of my game. I'm not trying to force it or anything, but like if I go into an off season and my next coach or this coach I'm with now says, "Also, we want you to shoot the ball," I'm gonna spend that whole summer shooting. I'm gonna incorporate it in my game. If he says, "I want you to, make more plays in the short roll," I'm working on my passing. I'm just gonna evolve. I'm just gonna evolve as a player. So I don't know. I feel like you see Wimby. Wimby's 7'4", but he plays center. So he's just he's just the next step, the next evolution of the game. So I feel like I don't feel like anybody's gonna get left out. I feel like everybody's just gonna go along with it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's cool,
And
man. I think well, I'm out, man. I think we got some dope content here. I appreciate the time. T, you got any more questions or anything? Tucci?
no, nothing but thank you. Thank you so much for taking your time. And it really was a great conversation.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate y'all, man.